This is a presentation on the inheritance of sex-linked traits. Today, we will be explaining why males are 16 times more likely to have deficient color vision than females. And in the process, we will take you through the genetic mechanisms that explain the inheritance of sex-linked traits. There are three types of color blindness, each characterized by a distinct color vision deficiency. They are monochromacy, the complete inability to see color; dichromacy, the inability to perceive one of three major colors; and trichromacy, the impaired ability to distinguish between specific colors. Each deficiency is most commonly caused by a genetic mutation on the X chromosome that affects the way retinal photoreceptors detect light. Here, you see the colors of the rainbow as a person without any color vision deficiencies would view it. This is the same image, except it is an example of what an individual with monochromacy would see. Again, this is the same image, except now it is an example of what an individual with a dichromatic red deficiency would see. This is an example of a common image used to test for trichromacy. 8% of human males are colorblind, but only 0.5% of human females are colorblind. How did these individuals inherit colorblindness? And why does this sexual dimorphic pattern emerge? In the mid-19th century, Gregor Mendel developed a novel theory of discontinuous inheritance, characterized by traits that exist in predictable ratios. He developed four notable laws to explain these patterns of inheritance. The first, the law of unit characters, states that genes control the inheritance of characters and occur in pairs called alleles. This image displays the human karyotype, or complete set of chromosomes, which contain all the genes in the human body. The second, the law of dominance, states that one gene can mask another, as illustrated by the inheritance of flower color in this Punnett square. Take a moment to study this diagram. The third, the law of independent assortment, states that alleles of different genes are distributed to the gametes independently of one another, as expressed in this Punnett square. Lastly, the law of segregation states that during the second half of meiotic cell division, the sister chromatids separate so that each gamete only receives one replicated chromatid. Take a moment to study this diagram. Mendel's laws allow scientists to make predictions about the probability of inheriting specific traits, including sex-linked traits like color blindness. As described in this pedigree, an unaffected father and a mother who is a carrier will likely have 75% unaffected children. Of the daughters, 50% will be unaffected and 50% will be carriers. Of the sons, 50% will be unaffected and 50% will be colorblind. Take a moment to study this diagram. As colorblindness is a recessive trait, a female would need to inherit two affected alleles in order to display the affected phenotype. This is why it is so rare for females to inherit colorblindness. On the other hand, as colorblindness is linked to the X chromosome and males only inherit one X chromosome, they are at greater risk for inheriting colorblindness if their mother is affected or a carrier. In summary, Mendel's work on genetic inheritance, although unnoticed during his lifetime, paved the road for significant genetic discoveries for generations to come. His work explains the mechanisms behind the inheritance of traits, such as sex-linked traits like colorblindness.